Well, Peter Moody's arrived here in Newmarket to have a first look at Black Caviar. Pete, you had a look at her this morning and worked out what you wanted to do. Are you happy?
Yeah, no, very. She seems bright and alert, and she looks a bit tidier in the coat than before she left home, which is, you know, a coat broke before she went to Adelaide for the first trip, and she looked like a woolly bear. But no, it's certainly sharpened up and brightened up, and she seems very happy with herself.
It's been, 6 or 7 days since you've seen her. Do you notice much in not having seen her for that period of time?
Not really, and that's the pleasing thing. You know, she doesn't look light or tucked up or anything. She doesn't appear to have struggled from the trip. Obviously, I missed that important 3 or 4 days post the trip, but the horse I'm seeing here is pretty much the horse that walked onto the float at Caulfield a week or so ago, which is very pleasing for me.
Is she easy to read by the eye?
Well, we like to back our judgment and think we can all read them by the eye. I wish they could talk to you at times, but I'm pretty happy with what I've seen this morning.
So when you're through, you had to work out what to do this morning. You went up on Bury Hill. Tell us about what she did this morning.
Oh, she just had a light trot and a canter, which is basically at home. It's sort of a bit of work where we equate to 2 halves on the sand, which is trot half, canter half, twice around our A sand at Caulfield, which is about a mile track, and have a trot after she works, and she did that this morning here on Bury Hill, where she trots up about a half mile, which is on a slight rise, and then flattens out the top, and then she hacks for a canter for a half mile, and then she walks back down the bottom and does it again, and she did that twice, and then had a bit of a trot out in the grass, and that's just a sort of a bit of a wind down before she comes back in and has a roll. And Michael Bryant, the chiropractor's here. He's had a run over her this morning. He hasn't seen her for the same period of time. We all know she's quite, you know, she can sustain a lot of soft tissue damage and this and that. And after a long trip, you wonder if they put their backs or necks out or anything. But he's given her the tick of approval, which is pleasing. And no, everything looks pretty good.
Still a week away. And you said you wanted to leave Australia fit and well and race fit, basically. Would she have a gallop?
What I'm seeing this morning, if she continues to do as well over the weekend, I think she probably will require a bit of work. I think she'll probably go up on the Alba Houthry track tomorrow, which is the all-weather, and I'm thinking she'll just go a bit of pace work. And Sunday will be a normal Sunday for her. She'll have a swim and a good walk and a roll and a pick. No saddle on the back Sunday. Monday a trot and a canter. And like I say, if she goes the way she's going, I would think I'll have to do a little bit of work with her probably about Tuesday morning, which might equate to a little half-mile gallop home too, probably similar that she'd do at home at Caulfield on the course proper or something like that.
But all systems go for Saturday week. Your jockey gets in later, and the good thing for him is he's having Luke Nolan. Of course, he's having a couple of rides beforehand. It's probably a good thing for him.
Yeah, well, I suppose it helps, knock the nerves over and blow the dust off, to say. He informed me last night. I think he's picked up a ride in the King Stand, which is pleasing. And the one I was really keen about is he's picked up a ride in the 2-year-old fillies race on the Friday, which is 24 hours before her race over the same course distance and everything. So, if track conditions or anything are playing a part, it gives Luke that opportunity. He has ridden at Ascot with success, so that's not an issue. And as we all know, Luke, not a lot worries him. I don't think it could be at Cunnamulla or Ascot. There's not a lot worries him, but it'd still be good for him to have a look around as well.
What about Peter Moody for the week? How are you going to play it? Because it's Black Caviar fever over here.
It certainly is, but I would think, and hopefully early next week, everyone will move down to Ascot and take in the likes of Frankel and enjoy that, and hopefully the last 4 or 5 days we get a bit of a cruisy time into it. The mare copes with it better than us, really. She doesn't worry her at all, but just the general well wishes. Some people at times struggle to understand that she needs her downtime. And the other thing is, I'm always concerned that we're guests here. We're guests of Mike de Kock's team and Jane Chappelheim's team, and we're very mindful that all the intrusions, impede on what they do each morning, and we want to be welcome back. Again, hopefully we've got one good enough to come back again, so we don't want to wear out the welcome mat.
Well, she's one of the best in the world right now, and obviously the focus is on her. And have you got an understanding here in the Northern Hemisphere of how she's been received? She's front page, middle page, the spreads and the stories on her here in the Racing Post and all the media. It's
quite staggering, isn't it? I'm overwhelmed by horses like the likes of Frankel and so on, and Aidan O'Brien, such his unbelievable start to the season and this and that, and you get this little horse from Australia's leading all the news coverage. I suppose it's the bit of the unknown. It's the excitement. It's a bit like when their horses come down for us Melbourne Cup time, that they're leading all the news because they're the unknown, and I suppose she fits into that category a bit. And I'm be more worried about it. I want them writing about her on the Sunday after the race. I'm not too worried about it before.
You wouldn't be too worried that they wouldn't be writing about it, would you? I mean, you'd be absolutely shocked, given that she's got here and travel well, that she got beaten on Saturday week.
Yeah, listen, we would be for sure. We wouldn't be shocked. We'd be gutted, but, we've still got 7 or 8 days to go, and things are going better than we could have anticipated at this point, so it's all looking well.